Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So you can see we're working on Brent's truck, Lawn Ranger project. Now, we did take it for a drive and we found out that, hey, it needs everything in the front end. Shocker. Needed bearings, needed races, needed calipers, most and foremost, the calipers. So we did the rotors and just did the whole kit and caboodle while it was apart. It's a lot easier. The universal joints are still good inside. Now, if you're looking for a video on doing your wheel bearings, I already have one of those up on my channel. If you're looking how to install manual hubs, that's also with the wheel bearing video. So this truck has auto hubs, so the automatic four-wheel drive hubs. Now, these are different than your manual hubs. So if you're familiar with the manual hubs, you have a inner lock nut, so an inner nut, a locking washer, and an outer nut. So when you do the torque sequence on those, you do the inner nut, put the lock washer in, and then you torque the outer nut to bind it all together. With these, they do not do that. So we have a singular nut, and this is a 2 3/4 inch socket, so you will need a wheel bearing socket set or wheel bearing socket to remove that. It is a rounded 2 3/4. So if you have manual hubs that have the hex, they would be 2 9/16. But because we are using the auto hubs, we are using a single nut. They are the 2 3/4. So what you do is this nut holds the bearing in. So that goes inside first. So we're just going to put it inside our socket here. Which is sometimes doesn't work very well. So it's fun to get these things started in here. So get it started. Make sure you get everything all greasy. Go ahead and put this thing in here. So we're just going to give this a quick snug just to make sure that nothing falls off of here. Now we're going to get into torquing that properly here in a second. However, you have to install this nut to the proper procedure. And because these aren't a dual nut with locking washer style, there is an actual clip here that locks everything together. So we're going to go ahead, torque this down, and I'm going to show you where this clip goes into place here inside this hub so that you know how to reinstall these automatic hubs and its locking spindle nut here. So these are different than manual hubs. So I do have a bearing and manual hub video. So I wanted to kind of cover the automatic hubs with you guys because there's not a whole lot of information out there on these. So anything you look up is almost always going to be your manual hubs. You know, you do your 50 foot-pounds inside, back it off, and then you put your retaining washer in, your lock washer, and then you put the outer nut on and you torque it to like 160 foot-pounds. So, you know, that's not anywhere near the same as how this system works. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, get our torque wrench and torque this nut down properly and then lock it in place. And we're going to show you how to do that. So inside our hub here, we have the nut loosely installed. You can see the little holes around the whole circumference of the nut there, or the whole inside diameter of that nut. So there are all these little divots there that go around the nut in the threaded portion there. So that's what we're going to kind of focus on. And we also are going to focus on the keyway in the top of the spindle here. So we got to get this torqued down first, and then we're going to show you how to put this installation ring in, which is this little guy here. So it has the keyway there. So we're going to go ahead and show you how to put this thing in so that you can isolate the inside nut so that it does not come off. So what we're going to do here is we're going to torque this to 50 foot-pounds. As we rotate. So we got 50 foot-pounds, okay? So So what we need to do now is we need to back this off 1/4 of a turn. So we're at about 3 o'clock here. So 1/4 of a turn. So now that we have that backed off 1/4 of a turn, we want to tighten this to 25 inch-pounds. Not much. So we're going to give this a spin. And check our 25 inch-pounds again. Check our up and down play, give it a couple more spins. Now, if you do get excessive play in this, you can start the process over. Torque 250, back off 1/4 turn, and recheck at the 25 inch-pounds. Now, 25 inch-pounds is almost nothing. So we're just going to go a hair more because we are using new bearings. And now that we have this set up here, you have your inner part of the hub. That'll go next, but we need to put our clip in. Now this tiny little thing here, it will actually line up with one of the slots in the nut. Now, like I said, we went a hair extra here, and it goes in like this, and you'll slide it in to the hub here. And what you want to do is, if it does not sit into a groove, you will want to tighten this until it does. So inside the hub here, you can see we have this half moon washer put on here. And what that does is it actually slides into one of those notches and into the keyway and goes around the spindle here. So what that does is it locks that nut into the keyway so that it can't come off. And you want to make sure that you spin your hub here and make sure that it does spin freely still. And like I said, we torqued this to 25 inch-pounds and went a little bit more, and we just had to keep advancing our tightness until we got to the lock area there where that ring would slide in. So this is the difference here between the manual and the auto hubs, is the inside locking nut. So we're going to go ahead and finish installing the rest of this lockout and show you how that goes together. So we have our inner piece here. There is a keyway on this. So you want to make sure that the keyway is up. Make sure it is all the way in. And then you'll slide your lockout in, and sometimes you have to wiggle the universal here in the back and get that all seated. And then you can go ahead and install your retaining ring here, or try to at least. Now this hub is all put together here. Everything spins free. Universal joint is locked here. So don't really like how these auto hubs work. So after you get that done, make sure that you have a good clean surface on your cap here. And you can take your bolts, get them lined up. Now we're going to go ahead and tighten these down. So there are O-rings on the back of these bolts. There's an O-ring on the back of this cap. So these are an O-ring seal. This cap does nothing except keep dirt and water and moisture out. So this cap actually has no real significance on keeping everything together. So we went ahead, we have our new bearings put in, new rotors put on, we have our new calipers here, but the main idea was to really show you how to put these automatic hubs back together. So obviously putting them together, it kind of shows you how they also come apart. So the coming apart would be in the reverse order of how we put them in. So that way you can see all your pieces and parts and know exactly what you're looking at inside the hub here. So hopefully this will help you guys out in servicing your automatic four-wheel drive on your 250 or 350. Now this is on a 60, it's the same on a 50 as long as you have these automatic hubs. The 150s with the 44s are going to be different than this. So keep that in mind. So hopefully this will help you guys out in servicing the front end of your truck. And like I said, if you're not sure what to do with the wheel bearings or races inside, or even the manual hubs, we have another video on that subject. So we have this whole front end covered at this point. So hopefully this will help you out. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.